It's a great day, my amazing CEOs. Running a retail business, especially one focused on plus size African American women, was a challenge for James Rhee when he took over Ashley Stewart in 2013. You see, the brand was really struggling not only to market to business, but give these women the attention they deserve. Now, here's what I want you to hear. The plus size women's apparel is a $30.7 billion industry. But Ashley Stewart faced two challenges: catering to full figured African American women and staying profitable. Does that sound familiar to you? You got to cater to your target market and be profitable at the same time. Now, here's the deal. During that time, everything was going on where it's like all about women's empowerment. Remember, this is back in 2013. Then the pandemic hit. Now, when the pandemic hit, Ashley Stewart, James Rhee at the head, was forced to close 88 stores. So the struggle really intensified. But James Rhee's commitment to his employees remained strong, that he was going to make it work. In the middle of the crisis, here's what I want you to hear. James Rhee decided to make a priority, and that was people over profits. And his employees who saw themselves as salespeople, he turned them into a community outreach group. So their whole mission was to nurture relationships. Their whole mission was people's first. Their whole mission was to find out what these African American women wanted, needed, and desired, and to be there to partner with them to bring something to the market that did not exist at the time at that level. So his initial plan to turn this whole thing around worked because it was people first. What's the big takeaway for you as a CEO? How can this help you in your business? Well, James Rhee's success with Ashley Stewart, I believe, underscores two things. One, the importance of having a clear sales strategy that puts not just the customer first, but people first and their needs. And number two, when you focus on building trust, when you focus on serving from a sales perspective, because selling equals service, according to Shea Brown, the business will not only survive, but it will thrive. You do that, and my promise to you, your sales results will continue to go up, 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 and up. With that being said, my name, by the way, is Shea Brown, and I want to welcome you to the CEO Sales Huddle. I'm so excited here. Thank you for the opportunity to serve you. Now we're going to get started what we do every single morning, which is our mantra. Now, our mantra every single morning that we all get to repeat is that important that we repeat it every morning, and here it is. If you, let me boot this down here. There we go. The mantra every morning, repeat after me. If you can't focus on sales, you can't be in business. Now, you're a CEO. This is obvious, but I want it to be top of mind to you. If you can't focus on sales, you can't be in business, because sales is the oxygen for every great business in history. Just like if you can't focus on your health, you might not have good health later on. If you can't focus on your finances, your money may go and find its own places. So I'm going to encourage you, the CEO, with everything you got going on. That's why you tune in for 15 minutes a day, every day, to focus on the one area that will allow you to have more money coming in than you have going out, and that is through sales. Now we're going to do our pledge. Now, I know it's kind of funny, but it's something that I want you to hang in there with me. Now, our pledge is what we do every single morning as well. Now, we're at the 3-minute and 58-second mark. We're doing well. And our pledge every single morning is this right here. We must learn, earn, and return. Now, I want you to repeat after me. There's only two things you do. I ask for 1 minute of your time to repeat these words because I want it embedded in your DNA as a CEO. Here it is. And every day a CEO should say this, by the way. I have to learn something new in order to earn new revenue from current clients in order to get new and old clients to return. So I must earn, learn, and return. Now, when I do that, not only am I generating revenue, not only am I making it a good use of my time, but at the end of the day, I'm making it happen. Now, what are our objectives? Why do you show up for 15 minutes a day at the CEO Sales Huddle, which is the number one place the CEOs come to use the CEO sales dashboard, which we'll get to in a minute, to get to $100,000? Why? Well, we got three objectives. The number one objective is sales growth. So as a CEO, your number one responsibility, I believe, is to grow the business. That is to attract folks who have a problem, your organization solves it, and you grow. Now, you can grow revenue by going back to existing clients, but that's not what we're talking about here. We're talking about sales growth. Number two is to handle any roadblocks that are out there. Now, we know in business, life ain't always the way it needs to be every single day. So sometimes there's going to be some objectives. Things come up. Life comes up. James Rhee just showed that even in the industry with $30.7 billion, there was still a challenge. And number three, 5 sales pillars. Now, I say this every single morning. Where are we at? I think we're at, okay, 5-minute mark, 5-minute and 38-second mark. There's 5 sales pillars that every CEO needs to know and understand in order to really grow the business. And this is our mission. Go ahead and jot these things down. I'm going to go through it in 1 minute, but I do it every morning because I want it to be top of mind to you. Number one, sales pillar, or pillar number one, sales planning. So it's one thing to have a revenue goal, and almost everybody I know has a revenue goal. It's another thing to have a sales plan that has a sales strategy, a clear roadmap, a sales system to get there. If you don't have your one-page CEO sales plan, hear me with new ears, please hear me. If you don't have your CEO sales plan, go over to www.ceosalesplan.com. It's my gift. There's no cost. www.ceosalesplan.com. Download that because I want you to have the sales plan as a CEO. It's one page. You can do that. Number two, a sales cycle. What's the cycle that you go to from the time that you connect to the time you communicate to the time that you convert a client? What does that sales cycle look like? Pillar number three is sales positioning. Those are the words that we're using to communicate. Why is that? Because your words will make you rich. What are you saying? I believe that sales drives marketing. Marketing never, ever, 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 ever drives sales. Sales understand there's a problem. Here's how we're going to solve it. And we need marketing to go find the people, but we're going to give them the message to do that. Number four is sales indicators. Now, we're going to do that in a minute with the CEO sales dashboard, which I love to go through. We're going to do that for about 3 minutes. I want you to download that. Get that over at CEOsaleshuddle.com. So if you haven't done that, get that. We're going to go through that. And number 5 is a sales team. Then there's 5 components of a sales team, but you got to generate revenue. Okay. And that's very important for any CEO. So if you're doing all the work yourself, that's fine. But success is a team sport. You can only get so far by yourself. So for those folks that are tuning in and you tune in every single morning, welcome. I want to connect with you. Do me a favor. Look below the video. If you're watching this live or you can see me right now on social media, look below the video and put hashtag I'm here. One CEO to another CEO. One CEO to another CEO. Just hashtag I'm here. It's just a check-in. It's an accountability. It's we're in a conversation. If you're watching the replay, thank you so much. It's an honor and a privilege to serve you. Thanks for finding this time with us. Do me a favor. Put hashtag replay. Hashtag replay. I read every comment. For those that DM me because you're listening to the podcast over at I am Che Brown, or maybe right now you're on Roku or Apple TV or Amazon Fire or wherever you're watching this online when we're streaming, just hit me up on a DM, okay? Let me know what we can do to make this even more profitable for you. For all our new folks who are tuning in like, Shay, what's going on? I'm coming here for the very first time. I've never seen this before. I've never heard this before. Why do we come together? What's the overall mission, goals, and objectives? Well, let me first tell you what CEO Sales Huddle is. So you're full of that. CEO Sales Huddle is a place where CEOs gather to understand how to sell more faster. So I understand that you already know how to sell. The question is, how do you sell faster? We have 3 objectives when we come together. Here's our big why. Our big why is sales growth, accountability, and consistency. That's what it's all about. And as a CEO, you're responsible for the sales. As a CEO, you're responsible for attracting new clients. As a CEO, if there are no sales coming in, and if you can't focus on sales, you can't be in business. So I bring us together. This place here to spend 15 minutes a day. Where's that at? Oh, I didn't put the slide up. 15 minutes a day is all that I ask for. 15 minutes a day. The focus on the one area that will help you generate more sales. There's 1,440 minutes in every day. I believe you have a lot of things going on with those 1,440 minutes, but 1% of the day, we hone in on the one area and the only way that I know in the business to generate revenue and make money is sales. I don't know of another way to do it. You can borrow the money. Maybe that works for some of you. You might get an angel investor. There's some people out there that are really good at getting angels investors, and people give them money and they don't have to make any money, and that's fine. But for most of us, 99% of us out there, like myself, maybe you're like me, you got to serve, you got to solve a problem, you got to be able to help. You got to be like James Rhee. You got to do community outreach. You got to have people first. If that's you, then I'm glad you're here. Tune in. You're at the right place at the right time. Our number one outcome. Number one. If you said, Chad, boil it all down, give me one sentence. What's the number one? How do I get this out the way? Oh, here we go. Here we go. Our number one outcome is $100,000 plus per month for you as a CEO of consistent, predictable, reliable revenue. You give me 15 minutes. You do the CEO sales dashboard. You tune in. You meet with us. My promise to you is that you'll get there. Now, I don't promise much, but this I can promise. This is our number one outcome. This is the only reason I show up. Hopefully, it's the only reason you show up is to stay in this type of conversation that we know can take us to where we want to go now, faster, with less effort. Okay, now we're going to move to my favorite part. We're at the 11-minute mark. I kind of got on a rant this morning, and we're going to go to CEO sales dashboard. Now, if you haven't downloaded, it's the wrong one. If you haven't downloaded the CEO sales dashboard, you can head over to www.ceosaleshuddle.com. www.ceosaleshuddle.com. Once you get there, follow the instructions, download it. For those folks who show up every single morning, this is why we show up. This is why we're here. It's a simple Excel sheet. So it's easy to understand and easy to execute. Hence our company, Easy Sales Hub. Okay, we make things easy to understand and easy to execute. This Excel sheet, I'm not going to explain it because we've done it on so many others, but I want you to know it has 5 indicators down the left-hand side, and you can put 1 through 31 going across the top, and you would go to today's date. And then we're going to take a look because there's really 5 categories. There's leads, appointments, offers, deals, and then repeat business. Today, we're going to take a look at, and I do a deep dive every morning, just in deals. Now, if you're watching right now and you go and you say, wow, Shay, I didn't have any leads yesterday. Is that a bad thing? No, it's not a bad thing, okay? But if you look at the trend and you're just not seeing any leads coming in this month, right? Or you look at the trend, you're saying, I don't have any engaged leads, or Shay, I don't even have any appointments set this month. It's okay. It's okay. Today is a day to get back on track. Life is a series of being on track and on track again. You're on track and then you're off track. You're on track and you're off track. As a company, you're back on track. That's why you're here. So let's go ahead and go over the one area that we're going to go over today, which is for the CEO sales dashboard. Let me move myself over here. And today I want to focus on offers. Now, you'll notice for those that have their form open, and I don't care who fills out that Excel sheet, right? It doesn't matter if you have to fill it out. Congratulations. Do it now. Do it now. Open up your CRM. Open up wherever you track things. Open it up and plug the numbers in. Maybe you gave it to your assistant yesterday to do it. Cool. Maybe you hired someone. You said, you know what? This is the business manager's responsibility. This is one person's responsibility to get this filled out for you. Do it. I promise you. What gets measured gets managed. Okay. I'm not on a rant this morning. It's my CEOs. I understand the importance of it. Okay. And this is the number one tool the CEOs use to get to 100,000. So we got leads, appointments, offers, deals. Now, under deals, I have 4 categories, or really 1 category and 3 subcategories. The reason for that is deals mean yesterday. A deal closed. That means the money is in the bank. Okay. They wired the money. They gave the credit card. The check is there. However, they zellied the money to you. The deal is done. It's closed. Congratulations. There's nothing like a closed deal. It's time to service it. And then I have pending, because what I noticed in the beginning is a number of my clients and myself, I used to personally beat myself up like, oh man, I don't have a deal. But I have to recognize that results take as long as results take. And sometimes you get paid today and sometimes you get paid tomorrow. But when you take the right actions, you always get the right results. So I created a category for myself many years ago called pending. And pending means yesterday I made an offer. And we talked about offers yesterday, okay? And in the offer, I've got 3 opportunities. 1, pending might be hot. And hot to me is someone who's going to close within the next 7 to 10 business days. Preferably 5 is what we're really looking for, right? So 5 is when they're really, really, really hot. But 7 to 10 business days, they're interested. They need to do it. Maybe they need to take a look at it one more time. Maybe I need to send the agreement over to them. Maybe They just need to wire the money, okay? Maybe they ask me to send a pay link to them, but they're hot. I believe they're all in. Doesn't mean they're all going to convert, but they're hot. And then I have a warm. Warm means they're 15 to 30 days out. Now, I'm sorry, 7 to 10 days. 15, 10 plus days out. And you can determine it, what it means for you, but 10 to 15 days, 7 to 10, 10 to 20. Those days out mean that they're not quite ready yet. They're there. They may have to talk to someone. They just want to think about it a little bit more, but you set an appointment and you're going to get together in another 2 weeks, right? And then when you come back, you're going to have to re-engage them just a little bit and make sure it's the right product service for them. And then cold, to me, now it doesn't mean there's like a cold lead, okay? It just means it's 30 days out. Okay, so we're going to go 7 to 15, 15 to 30. And then 30 days out means, hey, let's get together next month. Let's go back and revisit this. I'm in. I mean, I got a soft yes, but I'm not really ready to fully commit. So you have the deal, but you just don't have the money in. Okay, and when you look at it that way, now we can see the business trends. Now, I know some of you, you're managers. I get it. And you manage a team. Some of you are supervisors and you supervise a team. So you want to pull that data together because at the end of the day, you're still responsible for it. And then there's repeat business, and that we'll talk about that tomorrow. But now you have that. Now, do me a favor. If you're watching right now and you haven't already at least connected with me, look right below the video. Look right below the video before we go into another area called Celebrate Wins. And just put hashtag I'm here. That just means you're in the building, you're listening. I appreciate you tuning in, and you're checking in, and you're going to commit to getting your CEO Sales Dashboard. If you don't have it, go over to www.ceosaleshuddle.com. Follow the instructions, download the CEO Dashboard, and every morning when you show up, you pull up and you look at it. And we only ask for 15 minutes. Now, I know we're at the 16-minute and 58-second mark, so sometimes I go over a few minutes, but you get what we're doing. You get the gist of it. Okay, you get where my heart is. Hopefully, I got on the rant. All right, let's go with our biggest accomplishments, because life is not about just beating us up every single day. It's about acknowledging what's working. It's about acknowledging what we've done and taking time to do that. So let's tune in right now to do that. Here we go. Here, celebrate our wins. And we like to ask ourselves 3 questions, because powerful people ask powerful questions, because questions steer focus. And in this life, you get exactly what you focus on. So here's the first question. What are you most proud of yesterday from a sales perspective? I didn't say just getting up in the morning. I didn't say you drank your water throughout the day. Although that's important. Trust me, that's important. I'm asking, what are you most proud of? What was your biggest accomplishment yesterday? And if you could brag, if I could open these lines up, which one day I'm hoping to be able to do, and you could come online right now and you could say, here's what I want to brag about yesterday. An accomplishment. I downloaded the CEO Sales Dashboard, Shay. I completed my one-page CEO sales plan. Thanks so much. I'm tracking. I'm measuring. Whatever it may be for you. What is that? I made the phone call. I set the appointment. Whatever it is for you, what would it be? And then once we finish that, we'll go to the next one. It's over here. And then now we're going to look at any hurdles that we have, because we understand that life is not a series of rainbows, unicorns, and cupcakes, and things don't just fall out the sky and everything is fine and lovey-dovey. We understand by asking powerful questions, because powerful people ask powerful questions, because questions steer focus. And in this life, you get exactly what you focus on. What was your biggest roadblock? Life happens. I get it. Business happens. I get it. I've been there. But be honest with yourself. It's not for me. This is for you. What is preventing you today? Not what's on your schedule. Maybe it's mindset. Maybe it's belief systems. Maybe you've got to just shift. Maybe it's the energy level. Maybe it's the clarity. Maybe it's the inner confidence. Maybe it's you've got to make a decision and that time has come. Whatever it is, what's preventing you from being all in? I didn't say just believing. I'm talking about taking the action you need to take. And then what's the one thing, if you step back and looked at your life and say, you know what, if I do this one thing today, what's the one thing you can do that if you do it would move your life and or business forward? I love it from the One Thing book. That's what it's all about. Oh my gosh, I went way over. We're at the 19-minute and 20-second mark. Where has the time gone? Normally I do a heat check and a check on that. My humblest apologies, but where did I go? Here we go. Message of the day. Dun, 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 dun. So I'll close with this. The message of the day, do it now. The message of the day, do it now. You know, when I first got started, I used to always say, I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it later. And later never came around. And I know there's an old saying, it's overused, but it's so true. When is the best time to plant a tree? Well, the obvious answer is 10 years ago. But when's the next best time to plant a tree? The answer is now. So I'm going to suggest you anchor down as a CEO, download the CEO one-page sales plan over at www.ceosalesplan.com, ceosalesplan.com, and make sure you check in with the CEO dashboard. It's the number one tool that entrepreneurs are using every day to get to $100,000 a month. And you can do that. There is no cost. And I'm going to suggest you just take massive action. You just take action. Shay, what if I don't get it right? You don't have to get it right sometimes. You just have to get going. That's a message for another time. With that being said, I've gone way over. Thanks so much for your time. I want you to know that you're amazing. You're an incredible CEO. You're making an impact in the world. You've got so much potential inside you as a CEO, but you've got a whole organization and you've got a community of folks that are dependent on you, just like James Rhee with Ashley Stewart. Your time is now. I'll see you on the other side. My name, again, is Che Brown. Thanks for having me as the host of the CEO Sales Huddle. We're out of here. Peace, everybody.